Oh boy, would I have to write an essay about this? Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Oh. Okay, tell us about it. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. What? You do understand I'm the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Ooh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know, it's my son's birthday. I promised to go watch his basketball game. That place, right? What? What, are they gonna meet up at a hotel and make babies or something? I don't even know. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Yeah, right. Why would I want to do such a thing? I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Oh, Mr. Wright, you crazy, crazy fool. I don't think so. Yeah. Later. What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when your fingerprints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they will prove your investigation was illegal. Oh, no. Are you sure? Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. Well, can I? What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Uh-oh. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery... I'm not through speaking yet, asshole! It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. That's true, because then they would have been irrelevant at that point. We don't know how long he's had the stuff in there. Or why he has it in there for that matter, you know? So yeah, well... Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Oh my god. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. Take it easy, man. The Chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Mr. Wright. Think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Are you sure? How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. Yeah. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Oh. Really, Chief Gant? Really? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Yeah, you've gotten Lana's cooperation. That's right. Because of because of this whole thing, he got promoted to Chief of Police. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Well, not if he didn't know that it was going to happen until afterwards. That's a good one. Well, do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. And not me. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. Or you might accidentally... Never mind. Don't even go there. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, you did it for someone else. Isn't that what I was just saying? He did it to cover up for what Emma did. For Lana's sake, and in exchange, she would do anything for him. Don't me, myself, and I. Well, there, it's out in the open now. LG, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Well, wanna bet? Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh! Yeah, that is worth laughing at. That's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Yeah. Given his selfishness, what would he... What? Wait a minute. Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright! It appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well, I'll ask. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Oh, thank God. I'm going with this. I'm straight up... Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant? Yes. I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? Nobody. And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Step 4, profit. What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. You mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Oh, wait, I get it. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. Admit it. Admit what you did. Admit it. Please, admit it. That's a Mystic River reference, by the way. Damn straight. Right on, my boy, you had quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? No, she can't because you're... Oh. I'm afraid without any proof, it's all announced nothing more than mere conjecture. Well, this, you know, the truth about Emma's already been blown sky high. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Lana just says screw it and decides to help us because she has nothing to lose now. You know, Emma's already found out about them anyway. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident, which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Indeed. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. Or I'm gonna stick it in my mouth and suckle and... I wouldn't want you to get hurt. What do you mean? He's in the Mafia, that's what he means. What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved with the Mafia! Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. This is now finally just coming out. Admittedly. I said, ORDER! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. I know, it's a shock. I was shocked too, don't worry. This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's, impossible! Not impossible, sir. Inevitable. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. Oh, sure, pin it on Edgeworth. It's too late, Mr. Wright. Slap. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. I'm telling you, man, we're on a team. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief high-ranking officer of the law is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. Well, I suppose. Oh god, here we go. Show us this evidence of Chief Gant. The ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, it better be good. Oh, God. I hate this part. But I love it at the same time because it gives me time to think. Because this is where you really get to just, like, just go through with it, you know? How about that orange suit, though, man? I'm not a big fan of orange, and I gotta admit, he's got it going on with that. He's rocking it. Is this when we get to present the screwdriver, maybe? Because I know why this is here. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. The reason that he sent Edgeworth to do this was so that he could get the body, which was in his trunk, over to the prosecutor's office. And this was an inconspicuous way to do that. Otherwise, there was no reason for him to do this. This proves that he was involved in the Goodman murder, sort of, but I don't think it proves that he's in Neil Marshall. So I'm gonna have to cut this all up into pieces, just getting these thoughts out. Because no one's going to want to sit here and listen to me jabber on for 5 minutes about all this. Well, no, we don't know that, actually. All we know is... Because Lana told us that at some point Detective Gant, you know, had Bruce Goodman's body put into the trunk. And we're just assuming here... You know, that the scuffle... Well, yeah, we were saying before that the whole Blue Badger thing. We were saying that somebody had murdered Bruce Goodman in here before that point. Wait a second, though. We never filled in the blank on the ID card record, did we? 7777. And we know that the combination to a safe is 777777. I wonder if this is it. Jeez. Would it really be that simple? Well, it's not simple, that's the thing. Well, I think it's not that it's too simple, the fact is it's too much... Like, would they really expect you to make that many logical leaps to get there? I mean, we know that somebody, presumably Gant, killed Bruce Goodman in the evidence room and moved him out to Edgeworth's trunk. We know, but based on this, that the trunk, the body ended up in the parking lot, and this is how he got the body there. How he set that up. But as far as actually murdering him, though, that's where this comes in. I bet you anything that's it. Yeah. Let's do it. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one who shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Uh-huh. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. Actually, we totally can. It's it's your number. Just shut up. It's your number. Take a number, pal. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits. You don't mean. I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was... Ding, 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 ding. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant. Oh! Oh! Holy shit! Oh my god, we got the corner music already. Oh, I just gotta sit back and look at this for a minute. I have to look at this. This image of absolute beauty before me right now. Wow. One thing is for damn sure, this guy's hard to piss off, but you get him pissed off, then you better hope for some divine intervention, because you're gonna need it, pal. Here we go. Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Oh, nothing. The defense's search in my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. Yeah, right, you ain't gonna do shit. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Oh, man. I'm the luckiest person alive. Chief Gant, you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. What about it? I'm chief of police. Do whatever the fuck I want. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. You know, in the bathroom! What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. You can go anywhere you want, alright. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone. As I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not! Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. Oh? You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. Did he? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. Yes! If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? Go, Edgeworth. Oh god, again? Show us proof that what? Oh, no, show me proof that what? That Goodman was with Gant on the day of the crime. How in the world am I supposed to do that? The shoe. Charter record will be established now. Does it have his name up there? No, it doesn't. Okay. So, luminol, testament fluid. Shoot. Lost item report. To be submitted to the chief? Really? Is he the one who handles that? I thought it meant submitted to, like, the other guy. The guy who's sitting at the desk. You know, the head guy, whatever. Head detective, I think he was called. Plus, he never finished writing it out, so... So he didn't necessarily... Yeah. I mean, it looked like maybe he had planned to go to the chief with it, but if he didn't finish writing it out, then he must have never gone to the chief, so that's... No, there's nothing else. I mean, nothing else that even remotely has to do with Goodman. He's like that one character that, despite being the victim of the crime, he's like the least interesting character in this whole kit and caboodle. White enamel shoe? It's made of the same stuff that teeth are? Love to hear what that sounds like, clicking on the ground. Is it but it's the closest thing I got. Detective Goodman lost his ID card in the day of the crime, yeah. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. Yeah, he did. So he filled out a lost item report, almost. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you're in possession of the report. Which means you can't be sure if he filed it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Oh, yeah, because it was his job to transfer the evidence. Yeah. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. Oh, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. Because if the reason he filled it out was to get in there, he might have just said, well, let's just go to the evidence room and do this so you can do this, and then I'll get you another ID card after you're done with it. You know, that would make... It would just be a quicker way to get things done. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Actually, yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Ah. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done just that. Thanks, Judge! You just got me off the hook. Sorry, but that's not possible. I mean, well, it is if 77777 is on the ID card thing, right? According to the record, your card was only used once. Didn't it only need to be used once? But you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body!